We understand that money can make us feel emotional, but what we often overlook is how these feelings can lead us to make poor money choices. In this video, we will discuss 5 significant emotional mistakes that we have learned about from studying the psychology of money, and we will also provide tips on how to steer clear of these pitfalls. Number 1, pay the price. Remember that everything you get or do has a cost. This cost can be money, like dollars and cents, or it can be how you feel, like being scared or stressed. Nothing comes for free. This is super important when you invest money because what you pay isn't only the money you use to buy stocks, it's also how it might make you feel. Think about it like going to the gym. When you start, it might be tough and make you sore. But if you keep at it for a few months, you'll see improvements in your fitness. However, when it comes to investing, people often expect quick results, like checking after just a few months. That's where the problem starts. For instance, if you bought a type of investment in the 1980s and look at it now, you might see that it went up a lot. But here's the catch, during those years, there were times when it went down by a lot too, and you had to deal with that. The key is that if you can handle the ups and downs and not let fear or doubt push you to sell when things get tough, your money can grow over time. As Housel says, good investing is not necessarily about earning the highest returns because the highest returns tend to be one-off hits that can't be repeated. It's about making steady gains that you can keep making for a long, long time. Number 2, the magnitude of chance. At first, it might be hard to get, but once you get it, you'll start thinking differently about making money. When it comes to earning money, many things happen that we can't control, and these things have a bigger effect on the results than what we plan for. For instance, where we grew up, our background, whether we're a man or a woman, and where we live all matter a lot. Morgan Housel says that one of the main reasons we don't become financially successful is because we don't realize how much luck plays a part in our money situation. Not paying attention to luck can be risky because lots of folks try to become rich by copying the most successful people. When we see someone get rich super fast, we often want to know their secrets and try to do the same. But luck, being in the right spot at the right time, plays a big role in this, and we might not realize it. The chances of things going well for us aren't always in our favor. Let's take Bill Gates as an example. We might think he became super successful because he was incredibly smart and worked really hard, which is true. But what we might not realize is that he went to the only high school in the whole USA that had a computer. So, he was one of the very few teenagers who had the opportunity to use a computer. That chance element in his life made a huge difference in his financial success. Don't forget to consider the bigger picture. Think about things like what was happening around them. When did they do it? What was the overall situation in the market? How long have they been doing it? So, instead of just looking at one person, it's smarter to look at what lots of people did. If many people become wealthy by doing something, then doing that thing might give you a better chance of becoming financially successful too. Number 3, wealth is what you don't see. This is perhaps the most crucial point, and it's something we often miss as a society. We humans are social creatures, so it's natural to want approval from others. However, when we really want that approval, it can make us worse off. One big reason many of us don't achieve financial success is because we mix up being wealthy with being rich. Rich people might not actually be wealthy, but we can't tell because they have a lot of money right now. They can spend it on fancy things, and we get confused by what we see, thinking it's the same as being truly wealthy. So, we mistake how things appear for how they really are. On the flip side, it's tough to spot a truly wealthy person because they hide their money. You can't look at their bank account and see all the money they're not spending. As the book puts it, being rich is about what we can see, like the clothes we wear, the bags we carry, or the fancy jewelry. On the other hand, being wealthy is about what we can't see: the cars they didn't buy, the diamonds they didn't splurge on, the home renovations they postponed, and the times they didn't upgrade to first class. Understanding this difference between being rich and being wealthy is super important. We often learn by copying others, so knowing who to copy and who not to can help us grow our money and become truly wealthy. When you know the gap between being rich and being wealthy and begin to pick up the habits of wealthy people, you can stop yourself from spending all your money and keep it safe. Use money to buy control. Spending money to have more time and choices offers a kind of lifestyle that fancy stuff can't match. Money gives you the freedom to decide how you want to live, who you want to be with, and what you want to do. This is one of the most satisfying things in life and comes with a sense of privilege. Having wealth might mean giving up on some things for now, but it's because you're concentrating on what's genuinely most valuable for your money and the significant stuff. That's about crafting the life you've always dreamed of and having the power to decide how you spend your time. Number 5. Contrasting narratives. We've all heard of this, but only a few of us actually do it. We understand that having money and being good at handling it gives us control, but how much money do we really need? Research shows that as your income goes up, the happiness it brings starts to increase less and less. After a certain point, having more money doesn't make you much happier. You might keep wanting to earn more, but the happiness boost doesn't keep growing. The book advises us to know when to say enough. There's a point where money can't make our lives better anymore. It's about finding the right balance between getting rich and keeping what really matters, like our relationships and our overall well-being. Sometimes, people get so focused on making more money, having more things, or being more successful that they forget to think about the possible bad results. This can lead to damaging our physical and mental health, hurting our relationships, or even risking what we already have and our financial stability, all in the rush to get more. In the book, there are examples of super successful people who risk everything they already have to get more, and they end up damaging their reputation and losing what they have. These successful people risk everything they have just to get more money, even though they don't need it. It's easy to forget this when you see people around you spending money in advertisements telling you how you should spend yours. On the one hand, you hear that you should be super careful with your money and save a lot to become rich. On the other hand, you hear that you should quit your job, travel, and live a fantastic life. With these different messages, it's easy to get lost in the idea that money is the answer to everything. But here's the thing. Money can give you freedom and control, but only up to a point. After that, what truly matters is who you are and what's most important to you on the inside. These are the 5 most crucial things we learned from this book, and we really suggest reading it. I'd love to know if you've ever fallen into one of these emotional traps, whether you realized it or not. Now that you know what can set them off, what are you planning to do to avoid them? Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.